Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we dive into the fascinating lives of iconic figures. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're exploring the extraordinary life of John Lennon, a true legend in the world of music. From his humble beginnings in Liverpool to his rise as a global superstar, John Lennon's story is one of creativity, passion, and rebellion. Born on October 9, 1940, during the height of World War II, John Winston Lennon was the son of Julia Stanley and Alfred Lennon, a merchant seaman. His birth took place in the Liverpool Maternity Hospital, with the sounds of air raid sirens and bombings providing a stark backdrop to his entry into the world. Julia, known for her vivacious personality and love of music, would play a significant role in nurturing John's early creative interests. John's family background was complex, with his parents separating when he was just 4 years old. His father, Alfred, went off to sea, leaving Julia to care for their young son. However, it wasn't long before Julia began a relationship with another man, John Bobby Dykins, which led to a tumultuous custody battle over John. In 1945, after a bitter dispute, John was sent to live with his mother's sister, Mie Smith, and her husband, George, at their home in Woolton, a suburb of Liverpool. Mendips, the Smiths' cozy, semi-detached house on Menlove Avenue, would become John's sanctuary and the place where he spent many happy hours playing with his cousins, Stanley and Layla. Mimi, a strict but loving caregiver, encouraged John's creative pursuits, buying him his first guitar and supporting his early interest in music. The Smiths' home was filled with laughter, music, and warmth, providing a stable environment for John to grow and develop. As John grew older, he began attending Dovedale Primary School, where he quickly developed a reputation as a mischievous and artistic student. His teachers encouraged his creativity, and he spent hours drawing, writing stories, and composing his own songs. The post-war Liverpool landscape, with its bombed-out buildings and rubble-strewn streets, had a profound impact on John's worldview. Yet, amidst the decay and hardship, the city was also a vibrant hub of music and culture, with the Cavern Club, where the Quarrymen would eventually perform, just a short walk from Mendips. John's early influences were diverse, ranging from rock and roll pioneers like Elvis Presley and Buddy Holly to classical composers and traditional folk music. He spent hours listening to the radio, absorbing the sounds of Chuck Berry, Little Richard, and other American artists who would later inspire the Beatles' unique sound. These formative years in Liverpool, surrounded by loving family members, supportive teachers, and a rich cultural heritage, laid the foundation for John's future success as a musician. As we explore the early life of John Lennon, it becomes clear that his experiences in Liverpool, the love of his family, the support of his friends, and the city's gritty yet vibrant atmosphere played a significant role in shaping his personality, creativity, and artistic vision. The rebellious spirit, quick wit, and creative genius that would define his career as a Beatle were already evident in this young man from Liverpool. As John entered his teenage years, he began to form his first band, the Quarrymen, with his friends Pete Shotton and Eric Griffiths. They played their first gig at a church fete in Woolton, performing a mix of rock and roll, skiffle, and folk music. It was during this time that John met Paul McCartney, who would become his songwriting partner and one of the most successful collaborations in music history. In 1960, the Beatles, as they were now known, traveled to Hamburg, Germany, where they played a series of gigs at the Intra Club and the Kaiserkeller. This experience was instrumental in shaping their sound and honing their performance skills. They played long hours, often for minimal pay, but it was during this time that they developed their unique blend of rock and roll, beat music, and Merseybeat. Upon their return to Liverpool, the Beatles began to gain a local following, playing at the Cavern Club and other venues around the city. It was during one of these performances that Brian Epstein, a local record store owner, discovered them and became their manager. Epstein's guidance and vision helped shape the Beatles' image and secure them a recording contract with Parlophone Records. In 1962, the Beatles released their first single, Love Me Do, which reached number 17 on the UK singles chart. However, it was their second single, Please, Please Me, that brought them their first taste of success, reaching number 1 on the UK singles chart in February 1963. This was followed by their debut album, Please, Please Me, which topped the UK albums chart and launched the Beatles into the national spotlight. The Beatles' innovative music, charming personalities, and irreverent humor captivated audiences around the world. John's quick wit, sharp tongue, and acerbic observations added a unique dimension to their interviews and public appearances. As their popularity grew, so did their creative output, with albums like A Hard Day's Night, Beatles for Sale, and Help, showcasing their musical range and depth. One of the key factors that contributed to the Beatles' success was John's songwriting partnership with Paul McCartney. Together, they crafted some of the most iconic songs in rock history, including Yesterday, Hey Jude, and Let It Be. Their collaborative process was often intuitive and spontaneous, with each member bringing their own ideas and inspiration to the table. The Beatles' music also reflected their growing social awareness and activism. Songs like All You Need Is Love and Revolution addressed issues of love, peace, and social change, resonating with a generation of young people seeking to challenge the status quo. John's own experiences with peace activism, particularly during his bed-ins for peace with Yoko Ono, further cemented his reputation as a vocal advocate for human rights and nonviolence. As the Beatles' fame reached its peak, they began to explore new creative avenues, including film and experimentation with psychedelic music. Their groundbreaking album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, is widely regarded as one of the most influential albums in rock history, featuring songs like A Day in the Life and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. John's artistic vision and innovative spirit continued to drive the Beatles' creative output, even as the band faced internal tensions and external pressures. Their final public performance on January 30, 1969, was a rooftop concert at Apple Records in London, which ended with John's iconic declaration, "I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, and I hope we've passed the audition." After the Beatles' breakup in 1970, John Lennon embarked on a solo career that would showcase his unique talent and artistic vision. His first solo album, John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band, was released in 1970 to critical acclaim, featuring songs like God and Working Class Hero. This album marked a new direction for John, as he explored themes of identity, politics, and personal growth. In 1971, John released his iconic album Imagine, which featured the title track, Imagine, a powerful plea for peace and unity. The album was a huge commercial success, and the song Imagine has become one of John's most enduring and beloved songs. The album also included other notable tracks like Jealous Guy and Oh Yoko, showcasing John's ability to craft catchy, memorable melodies. John's solo career was marked by experimentation and innovation, as he explored new sounds and themes in his music. He released several albums throughout the 1970s, including Sometime in New York City, Mind Games, and Walls and Bridges. These albums featured songs like Happy Xmas, Give Peace a Chance, and #9 Dream, which showcased John's continued commitment to peace activism and social commentary. In addition to his music, John was also known for his personal struggles and controversies. His relationship with Yoko Ono, whom he married in 1969, was subject to intense media scrutiny and public backlash. The couple's bed-ins for peace in 1969, where they stayed in bed for a week to protest war and promote peace, sparked both admiration and outrage. John also struggled with addiction and personal demons, which affected his relationships and creative output. In the mid-1970s, he took a hiatus from music to focus on his family and personal life, during which time he became a devoted father to his son, Sean. This period of introspection and self-reflection would later influence his music and artistic vision. In 1980, John returned to music with the album Double Fantasy, which featured songs like Starting Over and Watching the Wheels. The album was a critical and commercial success and marked a new chapter in John's life as he re-engaged with his music and his audience. Tragically, John's life was cut short on December 8, 1980, when he was shot outside his apartment building in New York City. His death sent shockwaves around the world and sparked an outpouring of grief and tributes from fans, fellow musicians, and world leaders. As we reflect on John Lennon's later life, it's clear that his legacy extends far beyond his music. He was a true original, a visionary artist who inspired countless people with his message of peace, love, and social justice. His impact on popular culture is still felt today, from the countless artists who have covered his songs to the enduring influence of his music on contemporary genres like rock, pop, and hip-hop. As John once said, "You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one." His dream of a more peaceful, compassionate world continues to inspire us today, and his music remains a powerful reminder of the transformative power of art and imagination. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.